Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. The center receiver in motion to the right. A first down throw for Bridgewater. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster. They send Green to the left on his own. They go play action here on first down. And this is incomplete. Michael Pruitt, the big tight end, his intended receiver. And now it's second down.
I can hear a sigh of relief all the way up here. A dangerous throw, backed up in their own territory and throwing an out route, and it got jumped, and they were fortunate it was only batted down and not intercepted.
Second down following the incompletion. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a gain of 7. And just like that, it's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Green 39! Green 39!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Caught right side, it's Snead. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Marcel Darius able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. He'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And the Bills' offense comes out ready to take over. And now here's a carry heading left. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. They've got a second down and 8 to start things out. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 8 yards. There's still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football. They come out here in the I. Watkins alone on the left side. Third and short yardage. Bridgewater. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
Partner, a lot of people think the tight end's a safety valve position, but I think in situations like this, he's often a primary receiver, and they missed an opportunity there.
Yeah, missed an opportunity indeed to pick up the first. And now out comes Minnesota. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Let's go.
And they'll run it here. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
All right, here we go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. They'll look to throw here on first down. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down.
Well, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean, they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively, not a real surprise there in the dime. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Colton Schmidt now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Bridgewater now from the 50. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
No, Jack, Patriot!
On play action, they'll throw. Surveying the field. He's going to air one out. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Get ready. Wait, Nate. Forward. Dagger. Dagger. Forward.
Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and now it's 4th down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Back to throw now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the 2nd level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Having an effective short passing game, one of their main concern coming into this one, right there, able to hit the D with a quick strike and a 1st down.
And you're able to put that into your game plan when you see that there's space to throw the football. A lot of defenses don't want to play press coverage or tight coverage. They'll play backed off, and sometimes those cornerbacks will bail out really fast and really get deep, and that allows you to throw the quick game underneath, and they took advantage of it.
Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go. Way 90. Way 90. Forward, 2 jet. 2 jet.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a handoff as they run left side. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
2 jet. 2 jet.
One receiver left, three to the right. To throw is Bridgewater. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Bridgewater. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. A second down throw for Bridgewater. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Let's go.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
He got 29 yards that time. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Second down, Bridgewater. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead. And it is now 21-0. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Now back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And finding Pruitt. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
They'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And the Bills getting set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Ten yards still left on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Let's go. Tiger.
Bridgewater on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he will find his man on the outside. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
What's fun to watch is these college receivers transitioning into the NFL and how they grow as route runners. Because a lot of times now in the college game, the spread offenses, there aren't that many routes that they're actually running. Most of the time, they're just trying to find open space and present themselves to the quarterback as easy targets. But in the NFL, you've got to run the entire route tree, and you've got to run it well if you expect to get open.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And he knocks it through. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
First down, Bridgewater. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And a tough turnover there as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal. And here come the Bills.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Eric Kendricks with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And his kick is indeed good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the symptom. Under pressure, they got him again. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Back to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Fielded just inside the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
So it'll be first down here after the run. A handoff as they run the counter play. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Blitz coming and down he goes. Anthony Barr coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this down only to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's really no surprise to see them running the ball here. They've got the lead, not much time left. They just want to keep the clock moving, and they can win it right now.
Second down following the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up 1st and goal.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for the Bills, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.
What up? Just finished my league game, as you can see. Blew them out 31 to nothing. He gone.
Tootsie, everybody falls for it time and time again.
Well, you know, the NFL used to do this with stadiums, and finally Los Angeles got their stadium in every single city.
Bully some voters into paying for those tax subsidies.
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, look, you're right. It's a leverage play, and it's a smart play if you're Coach Kyle. It's a smart play to even deny it, because how would you ever be traced back to it?
But this is an improvement on the Nick Saban model, because we know that nothing is better than getting to deny a high-level job, but getting to deny it and say, how dare you bother me from X
Country,
monument in the world. That's another level.
It's humble bragging. It's humble.
It is.
How dare you, Phoenix Suns?
No, I need to answer. Who's the best option for the job?
I think David Griffin is still the best option. When you talk about a guy who, first of all, unlike John Calhoun, has actually done this job and done it.
Yeah.
An actual one-office guy, right? And when people say, oh yeah, he signed LeBron, but LeBron was coming there anyway. No, they didn't have cap space. He had to do a bunch of deals on very short notice to clear the cap space to be able to sign LeBron. And so this is a guy who has had success everywhere he's gone, and best of all, unlike Masai Ujiri, costs you nothing other than his salary.
Yeah, LT, can you go back and get a former coach to now run your front office? Didn't that just work out the wrong way for the Knicks? How can they go back to that?
Well, the reason why I love John Calipari's name is because we're talking about it because it's still impossible. Why? Because it's the Knicks. That's the reason why. There was a report that Isaiah Thomas is a dark horse to get the job again.
The Phantom of the Garden.
Yeah, that's the possibility. Because it's the Knicks. And so I love the fact that John Calipari took time out of his busy schedule to say, no, New York, I don't want you, because New Yorkers are going to go, oh my God, Jim Jones just might do this.
Remember, there was a valid argument once upon a time that John Calipari made sense. Why? Because he was seen as a guy who had a connection to LeBron.
Right.
That was a World Wide West connection. We never believe that LeBron and World Wide West are less of a package deal, and so this actually doesn't make any sense at this point. Because if that's a goal and that's realistic, absolutely get that guy. But in the absence of that, no, get an actual person who knows how to do the job.
Unless he can get all of his Kentucky players to decide to join him.
all of them. Well, let's move on, guys, and talk about Gordon Hayward, who's exploring free agency right now, scheduled to meet with the Heat on Saturday. Oh, you know that means gonna go well. And then the Celtics on Sunday.
It makes me
What's interesting here is the Danny Ainge, Pat Riley rivalry. The two execs, they don't exactly get along. Let's look. In 2013, Pat Riley got agitated by some comments Ainge made about LeBron James, complained about officiating. Riley said this about Ainge. Pretty quick. Danny Ainge needs to shut the blank up. Manage his own team. He was the biggest whiner going when he was playing, and I know that because I coached against him. And then Ainge shot back and said, I don't care about Pat Riley. He can say whatever he wants. But I don't want to mess up his Armani suits and all that hair. Well, Ainge and Riley Buster, they were turned ugly.
First of all, I want to shout out Brian Winters, who wrote the story about this today on ESPN.com, because my favorite thing about that Riley quote was they called a press conference.
Yes.
They said, oh, no, everyone, come here. I'm about to say this on record.
So it wasn't even him saying the fact that he sends a guy, the PR guy, for the team to go out there and say, message from Pat Riley, go F yourself. Like that.
That's next level, right? That's next level. But here's the thing. This is a very strong rivalry because these guys are all going after pretty much the same guys. Gordon Hayward, and if Gordon Hayward doesn't land there, if he happens to land in the third destination, then Blake Griffin is the next big target. Sorry.
In reverse order, though, you know why. Hey, look, Blake Griffin, we're going to slide him because of the injuries. Blake Griffin this year had better numbers than Gordon Hayward did. It is a career year for Gordon Hayward, and it still wasn't better than Blake's numbers. I just want to get that out.
I'm just telling you that each team's contingency plan is if we don't get Gordon Hayward, we're going to go after Blake Griffin.
Yeah,
so if Gordon Hayward doesn't go to either team, then they're both going to also go after Blake Griffin. So the rivalry is built in, and obviously it dates back to Ray Allen being both from the Celtics to go down there. Read the Whitmer's article, it's amazing.
But that was the championship times. Why does this matter? Gordon Hayward's not going to help either one of these teams beat Cleveland. Neither one of these teams is going to get the gold medal in Eastern Conference. Stop.
Solid number 3 option in my team for a championship team. For a championship.
No, he's higher than 3. He's higher than
number 2.
I give him a 2.
I give him a 3 for a championship team. I give him a 2 for a solid playoff team. I give him a 3 for a championship.
But why get that ugly, that gangster, and you're not going to win anyway?
It was a 1 on a solid playoff team.
Ooh, got your face.
Was it solid? Because they hurt Clippers.
Oh, so now they hurt. So now they weren't hurt. That's not it.
What I love about this is that these guys, Riley and Ainge, are these master recruiters. Riley dumps out the bag of rings. Ainge gets Tom Brady. Gordon Hayward is kind of like me, a nerd. Like Gordon Hayward is known for arguing about physics problems in college. Gordon Hayward loves playing online role-playing games. So the idea of Pat Riley and Danny Ainge, like, I gotta make a character now on like one of these games, man, and meet Gordon Hayward in his world to court him is amazing to me.
Will Williams doesn't like that, by the way.
That's right.
Who is the one nerd sports mix?
Where's Stephanie Snyder when you need her?
Oh, man, let's go from crazy to crazier. And let's talk about these crazy Laker fans.